Good evening, I'm Ava, and welcome to NFL Trending, where we bring you the latest headlines and exclusive insights from the world of football. Tonight, we focus on a rising star in the league, Shedeur Sanders. His performance this season has turned heads, but now, an NFL coach has raised concerns about his future. Is Shedeur's development at risk, and what does this mean for his career going forward? Let's dive into the story. Shedeur Sanders has quickly become one of the most talked-about quarterbacks in college football, thanks to his performances under the spotlight and his strong family connection to NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders. After a standout season with Jackson State, Shedeur followed his father's footsteps and transferred to the University of Colorado, joining Coach Prime in Boulder. But despite a fast start in his debut season with the Buffaloes, concerns are now emerging from NFL scouts and coaches about his readiness for the next level. One coach, who asked to remain anonymous, recently raised a worrisome sign in Shedeur's game, and it's something that could impact his draft stock as he looks to make the jump to the NFL in the near future. According to this coach, the primary concern revolves around Sanders' pocket presence and his tendency to hold onto the ball too long in the face of pressure. This is a trait that many quarterbacks struggle with, but at the professional level, it's a flaw that can be fatal to a young quarterback's development. Shedeur Sanders has been praised for his impressive arm strength, field awareness, and ability to make deep throws. His connection with wide receivers, particularly with the explosive talent of players like Xavier Weaver, has been a highlight of Colorado's offensive scheme. However, NFL scouts are quick to point out that holding onto the ball too long can lead to unnecessary sacks, turnovers, and injuries, things that can derail a quarterback's career before it even begins. The concern is not just about Sanders' on-field decision-making. It's also about how this flaw could affect his development in a high-pressure environment like the NFL. Sanders has shown he can handle adversity, but can he adjust to the speed and physicality of NFL defenses that will come at him faster and more relentlessly than anything he's seen at the college level? This issue was evident in his recent performance against tougher competition in the Pac-12. Against teams with aggressive defensive fronts, Sanders struggled to keep his composure when the pocket collapsed around him. While his playmaking ability kept Colorado in the game, it was clear that, at times, he couldn't avoid the rush or make quick enough decisions to escape the pressure. This has led many to wonder if he's fully ready for the big stage. Some analysts have pointed out that Shedeur's tendency to hold the ball too long is more than just a developmental issue. It could be a sign of deeper challenges with his ability to read defenses quickly. The ability to process defenses and make quick decisions is something that separates good quarterbacks from great ones in the NFL. Sanders, for all his talent, has yet to fully prove that he can make those high-speed decisions under pressure. A second concern raised by scouts is Shedeur's footwork. While Sanders has shown impressive poise in the pocket, his footwork tends to break down when he faces immediate pressure. In college, Sanders has often relied on his natural athleticism to make plays, but in the NFL, where every defender is elite, that may not be enough. NFL coaches are meticulous about a quarterback's mechanics, and if Sanders cannot develop more consistent footwork, it will only add to the pressure he faces in the pocket. It's important to note that these concerns are by no means definitive. Shedeur Sanders is still very much a work in progress, and he has plenty of time to refine his skills. His arm strength, leadership, and ability to make big plays remain undeniable, and those attributes will be key when NFL teams look at him during the draft process. But the real question remains, will he be able to adjust his game to meet the high expectations placed on him at the next level? As it stands, Shedeur's talent has earned him comparisons to top NFL quarterbacks. Some have even gone as far as to compare him to a young Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, pointing to his creativity and arm strength as reasons why he could be a franchise-changing quarterback. However, those comparisons come with caveats, because Mahomes and Allen both had the benefit of time in college to polish their craft before entering the league. Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith for a year before becoming the starter in Kansas City, and Allen used his college years to improve his accuracy and decision-making. For Shedeur Sanders, the clock is ticking. He's already one of the most famous names in college football, and as the draft looms on the horizon, scouts will be watching closely to see how he adapts to the rigors of playing at the next level. Coaches who have spoken anonymously about Sanders have noted that he will need to improve his decision-making process and develop quicker processing abilities to handle the elite level of competition in the NFL. If Sanders cannot clean up his pocket presence and footwork, some worry that he could struggle against faster, more experienced defensive units. One thing that's certain, however, is that Shedeur Sanders will not be going through this process alone. He has the guidance of his father, Deion Sanders, one of the most respected figures in football history. Deion's mentorship has been invaluable to Shedeur's growth thus far, and it's expected that Coach Prime will continue to provide his son with the support and advice he needs to succeed at the highest level. Furthermore, the growing trend of NFL teams embracing mobile quarterbacks has played into Shedeur's favor. Teams are more willing than ever to take risks on quarterbacks who might not have traditional pocket passer skills but can make plays with their legs and athleticism. Shedeur's ability to improvise and escape pressure could be the exact kind of trait that helps him thrive in a modern NFL offense. But whether that's enough to overcome the concerns around his pocket presence remains to be seen. Despite the criticisms, Sanders remains a confident and determined individual. He's stated on numerous occasions that he welcomes the challenge of the NFL and feels ready to prove the doubters wrong. His work ethic and commitment to improving his game are qualities that will undoubtedly serve him well as he looks to make the jump to the professional level. As for Colorado's future, they will likely continue to ride the wave of Shedeur Sanders' success for as long as they can. The Buffaloes are firmly in the spotlight, with Sanders leading the charge as the face of their revival under Coach Prime. But as Shedeur continues to evolve, it's important for fans and analysts alike to remember that the journey to the NFL is a marathon, not a sprint. In conclusion, Shedeur Sanders is one of the most intriguing prospects in college football. His natural talent and ability to make plays are undeniable, but there are areas of his game that will need to be refined before he can make the jump to the NFL. As more coaches weigh in on his development, one thing is clear. The path to success for Sanders will require him to grow as a quarterback and prove that he can handle the pressures of playing in the league.